Dan, I mean, obviously, a dramatic finish to the game, but your thoughts on the performance overall?
I think once again it was an okay performance. Just sit up there, we've had 2 performances on the road now at 2 clubs and places where a lot of teams will lose this year. We picked up 4 points with probably our 2 worst performances out of the 10. The manager was keen to let the boys know at half time that they needed to up it in every department, and I think they did that. I thought the second half was a massive improvement on the first half. To get out of this league, it is about points, like I always say, but obviously you want a good level of performance with it, especially for those travelling fans. I think they've got a much improved second half performance. Obviously it's a kick in the stomach when the lad scores the header and you think, okay, it's going to be another point for us on the road at a game where we should have won. And obviously the last minute thing, you can't bottle that feeling, so it's great for all those supporters to go home now with that excitement in their belly.
How much thanks must you give to Lucas Cobland, who pulled off some stunning saves in the first half?
Great saves, and that's what obviously the manager's brought him in for. Look, for me personally, I look more at the stuff that we conceded a lot of corners today, which was disappointing. So a lot of them are unnecessary, which puts us under pressure. And you keep conceding corners or set pieces, sometimes the inevitable does happen. But with Lucas in goal, he just comes and brings a calmness and catches it out the sky and almost sets off attacks, that we can almost score from. So yeah, he was excellent today.
Could you sense a goal coming? I knew you brought with Shamanga on with 20 minutes to go, but could you sense a sort of waving tide towards your side?
I think when you hear his name, you sense the goal's coming, and I think regardless of his goal, I thought, whatever's gone on has gone on. He's come on the pitch and really given it his all. His hold-up play was good. He was a constant threat to their defenders. He worked well with Joe Quigley. And then when he gets on goal, it looks at a minute, he's half scuffed it. But believe me, he means to do that. He means to sort of hit it into the ground at time. He knows what he's doing. So it's great. And then they equalise and you think, come on, Cabs or Quiggs or someone, come on, be the hero again. You don't think it's happening. And DJ pops up with a really well-worked goal. And I think people have as much the emotion, myself included, how you get carried away at the time. If you look that goal back, it was an excellent goal. Really good goal to win any game of football.
And one minor blip obviously is their goal. How frustrated are you with it, because he was a free header, wasn't it?
Disappointing, yeah, very disappointing. I can only go on what I saw at the time, at the minute. I think that looking back, I think that as a line of defenders, we should have shuffled across a bit too heavy at the back post, if that makes sense. So if it does go like the near post, yes, it was a decent header from James. But yeah, if we've got more bodies over, maybe it gets affected. I don't know, I'll have to see it back. But at the moment in time, no matter how they equalise, we won the game, and that's all that matters.
And that said, yeah, the character about the side again, isn't it? Got a late point last week, a late winner this week. I mean, there's so many darts being thrown at your side at the moment.
And I think what's nice is last season we've almost become a little bit of a sort of like a running joke of Chesterfield could be 2 or 3-0 up at home, and everyone was a bit nervous in the ground. All the supporters were even at 2-0, and then it went 2-1, and everyone, oh no, here we go. And it was almost like a regular occurrence. I think what we're seeing this year, so far, it's very early days, is not only are we sort of, not doing that, but if it is a draw, we look like we're going to go and win the game as opposed to concede a late defeat. So it's early days, but the signs are there at the minute that we're going in the right direction. I keep saying it, there's 2 games, 4 points from two average performances from what we expect from the lads.
10 games unbeaten at the start of the season, a club record, never been done before as well. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we equalled it, didn't we, last week, and then we've obviously overtaken it today. And I think that if we were like 3rd or 4th, and another team was top of the league, you'd still say it'd been a decent start to the season. If we had a few points in there or a few defeats in there, and we dropped to 4th, it's still an okay start. But to be top 10 unbeaten, and we've had a lot of away games in there as well, and these are hard places to come on a really difficult pitch to play on. I think it's been a great couple of weeks.
5 out of the 7 at home next. Maidenhead, you won't have Jeff King for that game. Raheem Sheckle, I presume, will be his deputy to come into the side there. But how disappointed are you that Jeff's picked up 5 yellow cards and a ban already?
Yeah, I think he's disappointed. He's such a big player for us, but that's why squads are built. Raheem, I think, has only been on the bench once or twice out of the 10 games, and you wouldn't know it if you saw him in training. He carries himself like, a seasoned pro who's been doing this for years, and he's so professional. All the lads who weren't involved were here today supporting the boys. I'm sure Raheem will come in, and believe me, he'll be another fan's favourite.
Yeah, obviously some changes today as well with Jack Clark missing out. What's his prognosis?
I think it was, I know it was a really horrific tackle on him against Southend early on that once again went unpunished, but that's life. And he played at Yeovil when it gradually ballooned up his knee, and there was just too much fluid on it today. It is just a whack, so we're hoping obviously he'll be back training next week.
And how did you think that Akwasi Asante did when he obviously started today?
I think he done some good things. I think it's great he got some time on the pitch under his belt. It was always really going to be an hour. we expected from him, and he gave it his all. But to a man in the first half, it wasn't the standards that the manager and us as staff have set for him. They've upped it second half, Quasi included. And as I say, everyone's on a bit of a high right now. And I think once the coach journey starts, everyone will have a deep breath and look back on the game.